Yeah, it's 3 stories. Was this the video you were expecting? Welcome to the Charleston Town Center Mall in Charleston, West Virginia. A sad, sad shell of its former glory. I grew up going to this mall when I was younger. Now, it's barely hanging on. The mall lost its last anchor, which I'll get to. The mall is now anchorless. And I'm sure y'all probably have questions, what can we do to save this mall? Which I'll explain. The mall opened in 1983 with original anchors including JCPenney, Sears, Montgomery Ward, and Kaufman's. This would be the largest downtown mall east of the Mississippi River. Montgomery Ward would close in 2001 due to their bankruptcy and liquidation, while Steve & Barry's would open in 2002. Several years later, Kaufman's would be bored by Macy's due to their acquisition of May department stores, while Steve & Barry's would close in 2008 due to their bankruptcy and liquidation. And then years later, Sears would be out the door by April of 2017 as part of a plan to close 150 locations. And then the year after, the vacant Sears building would be demolished to make way for a Hilton branded hotel. And then the year after, in April 2019, Macy's would close. And then from 2019 onward, and then, many inline tenants would close, especially 2020. I mean, when you had the beer virus and whatnot, many inline tenants such as Pandora, Talbot's, Kids Foot Locker, Altered State, Chico's, Joseph A. Bank, Victoria's Secret, Sephora, Altered State, Sbarro, Starbucks, Sleep Number, Justice, Buckle, Pink, you name it. Champ Sports, the list goes on. And last but not least, in May of this year, May 26th, to be fair.
Let's get on the escalator.
May 25th, 2025, JCPenney would close their store at Charleston Town Center, leaving the mall anchorless. Other interesting things, when Montgomery Ward closed in 2001, it was around that time, there was supposed to be a Dillard's and a Books A Million, but only Books A Million came to fruition. They didn't take the old Dillard's space, but they did open a store at this mall, which is also now closed. My thoughts on this mall. Well, I've been to this mall about 2 times in the past. And those 2 times was one time in 2018 and one time in 2019. I will say, I love this mall. I really do. And, even by dead mall standards, this is unbelievably dead. And the food court is basically the only lively part of this entire mall. We might as well call it picnic place to, honor its name. So, there's some pretty good eateries up here. You have Chick-fil-A, which this was filmed on a Sunday, so it was closed. You also have Fresh Wraps and Grill, Hawaiian Grill, Charlie's Philly Steaks, and Starku Japan. And, I will say, I really do like this neon sign right here, Picnic Place. I think it's really nice. And it really is a shame that, this mall, will never, catch up, because this mall's been around for about 40 years, and this is my elevator shot that I took. It certainly is a mall that has potential. It was doing okay in 2016, I think it was 2016 when it was first announced that Sears would close the following year. I will say I do like this fountain, which you'll see in the next shot where I throw a quarter. This is it right here. I missed the first time, so and then the second time I was able to get it in the fountain.
I wish this mall would. I wish this
I think,
mall was alive again.
you know, it's fun. You know, it's cool that they left that one fountain and whatnot. I think, you know, this mall does look a little bland, but this was a former Sephora store right here, and then next to it used to be a Coach store. And then where that Mobile Express used to be, well, where that Mobile Express is, that used to be a Pandora store. So I clearly remember some of the stores that were in this mall, because I used to go to this mall. I've been to this mall, obviously. This isn't my first time. The problem with this mall was the anchor situation, and not to mention, Charleston is a pretty bad city when it comes to the drug epidemic and stuff like that. It's certainly a city that's fallen on really hard times. And then up there, you can see the entrance. It was a former Hollister store. And, you know, it's just a really dead mall. And so many stores have been walled off. Now, if I was a mall developer, if I owned this property,
The restrooms are over there.
I would take off some of these walls, put more local businesses in there, and then try to even out most of the national chains. I mean, this can become a Camp Landing entertainment district, basically, what this can become. So, this mall is currently owned by Hall Property Group, and they haven't done a whole lot to this property. So, downtown Charleston sort of made a comeback. I mean, you have art gallery, you have arts, artsy stuff, restaurants, boutiques, and all that. So, anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel for more content. As always, take care, stay awesome. Everybody, have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes.